my mom's.
That's cool. Okay, next to the next question. How are you feeling today?
I'm great, thanks, but maybe I feel a bit tired because of work.
Okay. And are you working or are you a student?
Right now I'm working. I work I'm handling my family's business. My family has a restaurant. It is a chicken restaurant. It is a fast food actually. My parents have 10 branches, but for now I handle only 3 out of 10.
Okay. And do you like your job?
Yes, I do love my job, but sometimes it's just up and down. There's always a problem, but it is it is just life and it's a job. So sometimes I hate my job, but sometimes I do love my job.
Okay. Now, please tell me about what you do when you have some free time.
Well, when I got some free time, like on weekends, I like to watching movies. I like to reading. I also love to cook some lunch and dinner for my family. And I love to play with my cats.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about another topic. Tell me about your hometown.
Well, my hometown is Bandung. Bandung is a small city. It has a lot of buildings, old buildings, historical building, but there are also high buildings such as apartment, office, and some mall. People in Bandung is really kind and nice. They are also really helpful and creative. Bandung's people, like I said before, people in Bandung is really creative. They can create many kind of foods for street foods culinary such as cimol, cilok, and cilor. This food is really tasty anyway. So, and also the weather is really nice. It's not really hot. It is actually not very cold though. Um, I think Bandung is really a beautiful city.
Okay. Next. Let's talk about jeans. Do you wear jeans often?
To be honest, yes, I wear jeans maybe 5 days out of 7 days because I thought jeans really comfortable and it suits all of my clothes.
Okay. And do you like wearing jeans?
Yes, I really love wearing jeans. It makes my looks more casual, and I think it makes my looks trendy also.
Okay. Next, why do you think jeans are popular?
Maybe because jeans has a lot of style. They are high-waisted, flare jeans, culotte jeans, straight jeans, and many more. So people like wearing jeans because it could suit any clothes and it could make looks formal or casual.
Okay. And then, what color of jeans do you like wearing?
Actually, there are many colors of jeans, but I think the most popular one is blue jeans. But my favorite is it is called snow washed blue jeans. but I also like the black one because it makes my legs smaller and it makes me looks taller.
And what style of jeans are popular in your country?
I thought that many young girls or young men in my city liked to wear straight jeans, and also for the girls they like to high-waisted jeans because it makes the legs more long and it makes our body like taller. So I think the most popular one for the girls is high-waisted jeans, and maybe for the boys is the straight jeans one.
Okay. Okay. That's all about part 1. Let's continue to part 2.
Okay.
Okay. So here is the question for part 2. So you need to answer the question, and I'm going to give you 1 minute and a half. But before that, you can prepare your answer first for 1 minute. You can take a note, and I'm going to give your time start from now. Okay. Just start to answer the question from now.
Excuse me, but can you please repeat the question?
Okay. The question is just describe a time where you got lost. So you can mention what you should say here in this picture.
Okay, got it. Thank you. So I have been lost when I think I was 7 or 8 years old. It is at a mall in Bandung. I think it is the SM Mall. I was with my mom, my sister, and my father, also my grandparents. We went to a mall for just hang out and maybe look for place to eat, some restaurant. And at the time, it is a Chinese New Year. There are many people at that mall. It's very crowded. It was very crowded. And I get lost because I thought I hold my mom's hand but it wasn't my mom. It's just somebody else. And then I went on a receptionist and I told them that I lost my mom. So they kind of like make, they told all the people at the mall that there is missing children. It is a girl. It is me. And then maybe I just have to I waited for 15 until 20 minutes until my mom saved me. My mom got me, and my grandparents, my dad, and also my younger sister looks really worried, but then I'm okay because the receptionist really kind to me. She said that just stand right here beside her. So I'm waiting for my family to cut me. And then, yes, after that 20 minutes, my family found me. So yeah, it is the time when I was get lost.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Next, let's move to part 3. I'm going to give you some following questions, and it's all about countryside and city. Okay.
Yeah.
The first question: what are the differences between living in the city and living in the countryside?
Well, to be honest, my opinion about this thought is there are many transportation in the city, like buses, taxis, or any kind of public transportation, such as angkot in Indonesia, and online public transportation, whether in the countryside, the public transportation is really rare. So people who lived in countryside should have their own private public. But then the positive things about living in countryside is maybe the weather is much better. I mean, the atmosphere may be clearer rather than in the city, because in the city there are a lot of transportation, so there might be many pollutions.
Okay. And do you think older people prefer living on the countryside rather than the city?
Well, I think the answer is yes, because older people like a quiet place. So it is kind of match for them to living in countryside, whether in city, it is really busy all the time. People are working, transportation. There are many transportation during the day and also the night. So yeah, I think living in the countryside is suits for all people, and that's why all people prefer choose living in countryside. I mean.
Okay. And do younger people feel differently? They wouldn't like to live in the countryside?
Excuse me, could you please repeat your question, please?
Okay, I'm gonna repeat one more time. Do younger people feel differently? They wouldn't like to live in the countryside?
Okay, so I think younger people like to live in a city because there are no in some countries like there are no internet. When younger people really loves internet and social media and things, and I think younger people don't really like to live in countryside, but maybe there are people who like to live in countryside. I mean, the young people.
Okay. And in your country, is the public transportation in countryside efficient and well connected?
Okay, so in my country, on the countryside, I mean, the transportation is not really, there are no many options for the transportation in countryside. I think there are only a minivan. It is a minivan, and also the public transportation such as buses and angkot or maybe train, and even the online public transportation didn't go to the countryside because sometimes it is so far away, and there are no signal or internet for especially for the public transportation that needs internet, such as Gojek and Grab.
Okay. And do you think government should spend more money focusing on smaller towns and areas?
I think the answer could be yes and no, because some people in countrysides didn't really like the technology thing to go to the countryside because they feel that living this quiet life, there's no internet or a minimum internet is okay for them. Some people who lives in countryside love to like maybe taking care their pets or their garden or something like that that didn't really need some internet. So I think the government shouldn't really do much to countryside.
Okay. Next question. Because public transportation has improved a lot these days, do you think fewer people drive their own cars these days?
Well, to be honest, I don't think that people really move to the public transportation because, for example, in Bandung, there are lots of public transportation such as angkot, buses, and taxis, but some people prefer to drive their own private car or private ride because it is more effective and easier, I think, because when the people want to get to angkot or buses, they still have to go to the road and go out from the neighborhood. So I think people still prefer to choose drive their private car or private ride.
Okay. And then, do you think in general, Indonesian people feel like their public transportation could improve in any way?
I think the answer is yes, because Indonesian people could really look into the internet. When in the internet in Europe or maybe America, Singapore, and another Asia's country, their transportation is really had improved a lot. They had MRT, LRT, and so on. Whether in Indonesia, the MRT and LRT only available in Jakarta, in a big city. So I think yes, Indonesian people really wish that the transportation could improve a lot.
Okay. So that's it. That's the end of the part 3 of our IELTS speaking test. Good job. Okay. How do you feel right now, by the way?
Apa ya? Ya masih tegang sih, masih tegang. Masih banyak belum santai.
Oh iya. Tapi nggak begitu kelihatan kok tegangnya ya. Jadi sudah lancar, bagus. Terus kira-kira kalau dari Zaha sendiri nih, koreksinya kira-kira kalau yang perlu diimprove lagi apanya nih Zaha nih? Yang
perlu diimprove itu yang pemakaian itu sih phrasing apa ya yang kayak actually bla bla
Different
bla.
phrase ya.
Ya itu
Opening phrase juga.
Opening phrase dan apa tuh ya kayak I actually bla 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 if situation itu sih yang kata bantu awal kayaknya aku sama sekali nggak dipakai sih.
Oke. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a feedback from your IELTS speaking test preparation today, Zaha. So actually, I see that your answer is better. I mean, the way you speak and the way you answer is natural, and it's quite sure. Jadi cukup yakin jawabnya. I think it's a good thing. But okay, let's talk about the part 1. So in the part 1, the way you answer the question is a little bit better, Zaha. especially when I give you a short question, you can answer it and you can elaborate your answer and give details about it. So it's longer and it's better. But to be honest, especially when you describe something, for example, describing your hometown, there's still repetition, pengulangan kalimat, and then karena describe ini di part 1 memang sebenarnya nggak perlu lama-lama, cuman kalau misalnya strukturnya mungkin bisa lebih diperbagus lagi, mungkin jadi jauh lebih baik gitu ya. Especially kalau misalnya describe something, kan ada opening phrase, ada linking words, ada conclusion. Nah, itu mungkin bisa di-mention satu persatu. Itu. Terus grammarnya ada yang salah, but it's a minor mistake. Sebenarnya saya yakin Zaha sudah sadar ya, kayak waduh kayak salah. Ada yang more long. Tuh. Terus mix ini sebenarnya enggak sih tadi ya. Cuman mungkin kalau menggunakan kata mix, kalau misalnya di belakang ada kata kerja lagi, so mix it's one of a causative verbs. So make sure that the verb after causative verb is verb base. Jadi kata kerja bentuk pertama. Kebetulan tadi Zaha nggak mention kata kerja sih, jadi yang di-mention adjective, jadi itu nggak masalah. Jadi makes my look better atau makes my look casual, it's okay. Tapi kalau misalnya makes me write something atau apa gitu, itu diperhatikan kata kerja bentuk pertama gitu. And then tadi sudah cukup bagus ya part 1, cuman kalau misalnya diperlebar lagi, you need to elaborate more your answer, give more details about it, it's gonna be much better.
Okay.
And then let's move to part 2, Zaha. So for the part 2, I see that your answer is pretty clear, especially when you told me about your story when you were a kid and you got lost in a mall. You could explain your story in sequence, which is good. There's the first part, and then second part up till the ending. It's a better way to explain a story. But to be honest, I found some mistakes, especially about the grammar. So the use of tenses right here, it should be simple past tense, Zaha.
Okay.
So you've mentioned I have been lost. Jadi tadi pas statement pertama I have been lost when I was a kid gitu ya kalau nggak salah. Nah di sini I lost gitu aja, Zaha.
Oh, okay.
Gitu. Terus it is Chinese New Year. It was Chinese New Year. Kemudian di bagian sebelumnya kamu sudah it was, tapi pas pertama but it is gitu. Nah itu. I get lost, I got, terus there is a missing children, which is me. Kalau nggak salah, pokoknya intinya seperti itu gitu ya. Nah itu it should be there was a missing child.
Oh,
jadi
okay.
karena yang hilang cuma Zaha, it should be child because children is plural.
Oh, yeah.
And then looks, it should be look.
Okay.
Gitu. Dan ini mungkin kan, at least my voice clear?
Yes.
Oke. Oke, thank you. Jadi mungkin karena describe something ya, hampir sama kayak describe something, jadi tensesnya mungkin masih ada yang kecampur dengan simple present atau pakai verb 1 atau yang ditambah SES. Nah, ini mungkin bisa diperhatikan lagi. Jadi tidak selalu menceritakan yang sifatnya informasi atau kebiasaan, bisa juga untuk menceritakan kejadian di masa lampau seperti pertanyaan di part 2 ini. Gitu. Oke. Tadi waktunya 1,5 menit. itu juga sudah proporsional. Tapi sebenarnya bisa ditambah sedikit ya. Tadi ada sisa waktu beberapa detik. So
Oh.
in part 2, kalau misalnya Zaha jawabnya lama itu nggak apa-apa, karena nanti kalau waktunya habis pasti the examiner will stop you.
Okay.
Gitu. And then the next part is part 3. Oke, in part 3 ini ada beberapa pertanyaan yang kategorinya cukup sulit. Mestinya untuk menjelaskan kita butuh berbagai strategi to sound like more professional. And the corrections for the part 3, so you mention whether. Jadi tadi ada pertanyaan yang menyatakan pilihan gitu ya. Terus Zaha milih countryside atau in downtown. Terus membandingkan countryside, whether in downtown gitu ya. Whether itu lebih tepatnya di kalimat yang Zaha buat tadi adalah while.
Oke.
Karena ini membandingkan, sebenarnya di bagian sebelumnya Zaha sudah meanwhile atau while gitu, cuman mungkin sempat ini ya slip tongue atau apa, jadi di awal-awal menyebutkannya weather, terus pas public transportation di sini maksud Zaha yang saya tangkap adalah mobil pribadi. Nah ini
Aku
tadi
jadi
Zaha
tadi itu
iya.
kalau saya drive there on public car, tadi aku nggak kepikiran transportation, lupa, jadi ngomong satu.
Oh iya oke.
On private.
Oh on private gitu harusnya. Oke. Kalau misalnya sadar gitu, it's okay to have a repetition, but you say naturally, oh so sorry, I mean their own private car, kayak gitu. Terus penggunaan depends phrase, saya belum melihat ini. Tadi ada banyak kalimat atau pertanyaan pilihan ya Zaha ya. Jadi mungkin depends phrase ini sangat membantu Zaha untuk bisa elaborate the answer, so it's gonna be longer, more detail, and especially the score is gonna be much better. Gitu. And then about the pronunciation, the way you pronounce train, itu I got it. Actually, I know that you mean train, tapi tadi sempat kurang jelas gitu ya. Kayaknya I forgot. It's not train, but train atau apa gitu. Jadi lebih train gitu aja. Terus tadi sempat mention didn't really needs. Ada S-nya gitu. So it's very common actually, karena kadang-kadang S itu suka nyempil-nyempil sendiri gitu ya tanpa kita sadari. Jadi it's very normal, but just watch out when you say didn't something, it should be followed by verb base or verb one. And then when you answer some questions, I mean like a question which is it is a choice, your answer is it can be yes or no. Do you still remember it, Zaha?
Yeah.
Nah, jadi pertanyaan kalau orang tua lebih suka tinggal di desa daripada di kota, kalau nggak salah seputar itu ya. Nah di sini Zaha jawabannya sudah bagus ya, di awal pakai yes or no. Sebenarnya yes or no itu bisa diletakkan di akhir saja Zaha, pelan. Juga harus berimbang antara kalau yes seperti apa, kalau no seperti apa. Nah tadi kurang seimbang, porsi yes-nya lebih sedikit gitu. Kalau nggak salah ini tentang, oh ini sorry.
Yang tentang itu bukan yang government ya?
Government ya, iya. Government should spend more money for the city rather than downtown. Iya kan?
Iya.
Countryside atau ya. Jadi di situ kurang berimbang antara yang yes or no, cenderung dominan yang yes gitu. Oke, Zaha.
Okay.
Is there any question so far?
No, thank you for the feedback.
Okay. Okay. Now please continue. So wait a moment. So talk about the band score. What do you think about your score from your IELTS speaking test just now?
Maybe only 6 because I don't really use the phrasing.
Really? Okay. So you're a down-to-earth girl?
Soalnya
I really
banyak
like it.
grammar yang salah juga sih.
Okay. Tapi do you feel much better, Zaha? Oke. Sebenarnya lebih bagus kok, Zaha. Kalau dari yang tes sebelumnya, Zaha, dari yang previous test, kira-kira speaking yang sekarang peningkatannya bagaimana nih, Zaha nih?
Peningkatannya, tapi mungkin aku ngerasa sedikit banget ya, karena aku belum bisa praktekin pakai phrasing itu. Gitu. Mungkin kalau aku misalnya emang udah pakai phrasing, udah pakai depends, bla bla yang if, itu kayaknya lebih bagus nih.
Oh, I see. Okay. And then, okay, let's back to part 1, Zaha. So I've asked you, how are you feeling? Do you still remember it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be much more better, and it's gonna make you look much more confident if you ask the examiner, how about you? Gitu.
Oh, okay.
Jadi lebih relax kelihatannya, dan kamu lebih pede, kelihatan lebih pede dan kelihatan lebih yakin. Itu akan menambah poin juga.
Okay.
Dan lagi ditambahin panjangnya ya. Tuh. Apalagi kalau describe something atau mungkin sifatnya option. Kalau misalnya do you something yang jawabannya yes or no, nah itu jawabannya jangan terlalu singkat. Sudah cukup ini sih berkembang ya, cuman dikembangkan lagi ya, Zah ya.
Yes.
Okay. So here is the band description of the IELTS speaking test. So there are some instruments, Zaha. The first one is fluency and coherence, and then lexical resource and grammatical accuracy, and the last one is pronunciation. Oke, jadi nilainya Zaha nanti ketika muncul nilai 8 atau mungkin 8,5 atau bahkan 9 itu dari instrumen yang ada di sini. Oke, let's talk about the fluency and coherence, Zaha. In what score do you think you are? Kita mulai dari kalau 4 enggak ya, Zaha ya, karena kamu enggak ada pauses dan enggak speak slowly. Di speaknya sudah cukup jelas. Ada repetition tapi it's not frequent. Jadi sebenarnya repetition untuk mengulang pertanyaan itu juga nggak bagus. Tapi kalau tadi kan mungkin ada banyak kendala suaranya kurang jelas dan lain sebagainya kalau online ya. Jadi it's okay. Let's move to 5. Usually maintains flow of speech but uses repetition, self-correction, and or slow speech to keep going. May overuse certain connectives and distorts markers. Produce simple speech fluently, but more complex communication causes fluency problems. Kalau 6, is willing to speak at length, though may lose coherence at times due to occasional repetition, self-correction, or hesitation. Use a range of connectives, and the source markers, but not always appropriately. Kalau point 7, speak at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence, may demonstrate language-related hesitation at times or some repetition and or self-correction, and uses a range of connectives and the source markers with some flexibility. Jadi poin 7 ini sudah cukup bagus, sudah tidak ada kesalahan yang besar atau yang major, it's just a minor mistake. Cuman ini ya, dia kurang explore biasanya kalau yang point 7. Kalau point 6 itu masih ada nih coherence yang kurang, terus masih ada repetition gitu ya, masih ada ragu-ragunya gitu. Oke, talk about the fluency. Kalau Zaha sendiri nilai dari poin yang ada di sini berapa nih Zaha nih kira-kira kalau dilihat dari instrumen yang ada?
Mungkin ke-7 ya, soalnya aku merasanya nggak ada hesitation sih waktu menjawab. Jadi kayaknya 6 enggak.
Enggak ya, oke. Yes, it's okay. Ya, 7. Saya juga setuju, Zaha. Jadi, kamu sudah berada di poin yang band 7 untuk fluency and coherence. And again, make sure you use more connectives. Jadi kata hubungnya ditambah lagi, Zaha ya. Oke. Sekarang sudah 7, Zaha. Nanti minggu depan kita lihat lagi ya. Oke. Next, lexical resources. So, lexical resources itu lebih ke bentuk variasi yang berbeda dari vocabulary, dari idiom, dari susunan kalimat, bisa paraphrase, jadi bisa menggunakan berbagai sinonim, seperti itu. Jadi kalau lexical resources from your IELTS speaking test, how's your score, Zaha?
Kayaknya 5 deh, saya nggak pakai paraphrases.
Oke, kalau 5 itu manage to talk about familiar and familiar topic, but this is vocabulary with limited flexibility, attempts to use paraphrase but with mixed success. Sudah nyoba menggunakan paraphrase?
Ya? Apa 4 ya, rarely attempt paraphrase. Jadi kamu ngerasa nggak pakai sih.
Oke. Paraphrase-nya memang masih kurang ya. Oke. Tapi mungkin ini ya, di atasnya 4 bisa sih.
Oke.
That can only convey basic meaning on unfamiliar topics and makes frequent errors in word choice. Ini sebenarnya sudah nggak Zaha buat kok. Kalau yang misalnya frequent errors in word choice. Cuman paraphrase-nya masih kurang.
Iya.
Gitu ya, Zaha. Setuju ya, Zaha ya?
Iya.
Oke. Berarti 4,5. Nggak apa-apa, Zaha?
Nggak apa-apa.
Nggak apa-apa, oke. Berarti 7, 4,5. And next, grammatical range and accuracy. Ini grammatical ini penggunaan tenses, penggunaan conditional sentence, ya. Kalau poin 9 itu use a full range of structures naturally and appropriately. Full range itu strukturnya macam-macam, Zah. Kadang-kadang pakai participle, kadang-kadang pakai conditional, kadang-kadang pakai gerund. Semuanya bervariasi, tapi terdengar natural dan benar, tepat gitu ya. Kalau yang poin berikutnya, produces consistently accurate structure apart from slips characteristic of native speaker speech. Jadi dia itu memproduksi secara konsisten struktur-struktur yang akurat, seperti layaknya itu orang bule yang asli, seperti itu. Jadi dia ngomongnya sudah seperti bule. Jadi kalau misalnya switch ke past tense, dia langsung natural aja ngomongnya pakai verb 2. Terus kita move ke future, dia bisa langsung pakai will, dan itu semuanya nggak kelihatan mikir. Gitu. Kalau dari grammarnya Zaha yang barusan di speaking, kalau misunderstanding kayaknya enggak ya.
Misunderstanding tuh yang band score berapa tuh?
Yang 4.
4.
Jadi terlalu sering, errors are frequent and may lead to misunderstanding.
Oke. Mungkin 6 ya. Mungkin. Gimana? Mungkin menurut Mr. Devries yang lebih tahu.
Oke, mari kita bahas ya. Oke. Kalau 6 uses a mix of simple and complex structures but with limited flexibility, may make frequent mistakes with complex structures, though this rarely cause comprehension problems. Yes, I do agree. Jadi Zaha tadi sudah menggunakan simple and complex structure, mulai kalimat yang sederhana sampai ada because of, ada konektornya ya, ada juga adjective clause yang which is atau sejenisnya, itu masuk complex structure Zaha. Dan frequent mistakes, especially in part 2, dia ada penyebutan tenses beberapa kali yang salah, tapi tidak mempengaruhi pemahaman dari examiner ya. Jadi itu sudah cukup bagus. Ya, 6. Kalau 7 Zaha, uses a range of complex structures with some flexibility and frequently produces error-free sentences, though some grammatical mistakes persist. Kalau ini, Zaha merasa sudah cocok di poin 7 kah?
Enggak sih, karena belum fleksibel gitu. Karena masih, tadi aja yang part 2 itu, masih mikir pakai is atau was, itu aku masih mikir. Karena ini udah pas.
Isi, oke.
Oke.
A good evaluation for your own self, Zaha. I do appreciate it. Good job nih, Zaha. Oke. Iya. Benar, kalau 7 itu flexibility-nya sudah ada dan juga kompleks structure-nya itu lebih bervariatif, Zaha. Jadi kompleks structure itu bisa pakai adjective clause, adverb clause, atau noun clause. Jadi misalnya the reason people like to live in a city is because of the the convenience. Misalnya gitu ya, the convenience. Terus dijelasin lagi, terus misalnya di bagian tertentu Zaha mention salah satu kata benda nih misalnya. The weather gitu ya. The weather which is extremely good, especially in some seasons it can be cold but still not wet, and I think there are a lot of older people who like to spend the time at that kind of place gitu. Jadi misalnya ada which is, ada when bla bla bla, dan juga bisa menggunakan conditional sentence dan seterusnya. Jadi sudah cukup banyak variasinya. Itu di poin ke-7 ya. Salahnya sebenarnya cukup banyak, tapi ini nggak sebanyak yang di poin 6. Gitu. Oke, berarti 7. Jadi 4,5 ya saya.
Iya, oh ya.
Di
4,5, 6.
Oke, nanti kita rata-rata. Oke. Let's discuss about the next part, pronunciation. Kalau dari Zaha sendiri, pronunciation-nya sudah bagus ya Zaha ya? Jadi sudah lumayan. Tadi ada salah cuman bagian train. Jadi mungkin bisa diperhatikan untuk pengucapan seperti itu. Sekalipun sebenarnya itu tidak mempengaruhi pemahaman orang lain ya Zaya, cuman akan lebih jelas kalau misalnya seperti orang bule aja train di apa ya istilahnya itu kita buat seolah-olah dibule-bulein gitu ya, ngomongnya agak aksennya dan lain sebagainya disesuaikan dengan bagaimana orang bule berbicara. Karena ini sering terjadi Za, kalau misalnya kita lihat orang-orang dari negara lain seperti misalnya di China, orang China itu nggak bisa bilang th ya. Jadi mereka kalau bilang tang itu jadinya seng.
Oh,
Sing itu
okay.
jadinya sing. Nah, itu mempengaruhi skor IELTS, sekalipun itu bisa dipahami karena memang dari negara mereka nggak ada bunyi-bunyi deh gitu, tapi itu tetap mengurangi poin. Jadi sangat disayangkan kalau misalnya kita buat kesalahan-kesalahan yang sebenarnya mungkin kita sadari, cuman kita kurang aware gitu ya. Nah, di sini Zah, kalau dari poin 9, uses a full range of pronunciation features with precision and subtlety, and sustains flexible use of features throughout, and is effortless to understand. Oke, ini sudah perfect ya. Uses a wide range of pronunciation features. Wide range ini maksudnya kalau misalnya kosakata yang dipilih bervariasi, dia pengucapannya semuanya benar. Jadi pola-pola kata yang dipilih berbeda-beda, dia tetap bagus gitu ya. Misalnya kata guess, dia bisa jawab guess, no bisa jawab trip, dan sejenisnya. And it is easy to understand throughout. L1 accent has minimal effect on intelligibility. Nah, ini yang dimaksud tadi. Kalau kita ngomong ke orang Cina kan biasanya tadi the-nya nggak ada, terus aksennya beda ya. Apalagi kalau orang Hong Kong, orang Korea, dia kalau ngomong agak gitu. Nah, kalau kita itu juga punya aksen sendiri. Cuman memang tidak sekental aksennya orang-orang Asia Timur yang kadang-kadang kalau ngomong bahasa Inggris kebawa. Jadinya maknanya kurang bisa ditangkap gitu ya. Nah, tapi bukan berarti kita juga bisa mengabaikan nih kalau kita ngomong pakai aksen Indonesia, intonasinya pakai Indonesia, nggak ada naik turunnya, nggak ada penekanannya. Jadi dalam kalimat itu selalu ada yang namanya main stress. Main stress itu adalah penekanan yang utama. Diletakkan di bagian mana nih? Misal kalimat tanya. Itu ada yang di bagian akhir, ada yang di bagian awal. Kenapa kok seperti itu? Contoh, kalau yes no question. Do you like that? Nah, bagian akhir harus naik. Tapi kalau WH question, justru dari bawah ke atas ya. Jadi, why do you like that? Gitu. Beda. Nah, itu simple. Kadang-kadang sederhana. Kita kadang-kadang juga nggak notice. Tapi itu masuk poin penilaian karena orang bule ngomongnya seperti itu. Jadi bahasa Inggris yang dianggap benar, itu intonasinya beda. Gitu.
Oke.
Itu kalau 8. Nah, kalau 7, shows all the positive features of band 6 and some, but not all of the positive features of band 8. Nah, not all itu mungkin dia sudah benar semua nih. Cuman masih ada pengaruh aksen-aksen Indonesianya. Intonasinya, terus dia naik turunnya, terus ucapannya mungkin ada yang sedikit salah dalam beberapa kata, itu masuk yang ke-7. Kalau 6, use a range of pronunciation features with mixed control, but this is not sustained. Mispronunciation of individual words or sounds reduce clarity at times. Itu yang ke-6. Kalau ke-5, ini sampai mempengaruhi comprehension problems. Ini lebih parah sih. Kalau Zah ini sudah enggak. Berarti Zah kira-kira berapa Zah? Kalau saya ngasihnya 7.
7. Oke. Aku nggak tahu sih, soalnya nggak bisa nilai. Kalau yang ini yang pronunciation.
Oke. Sudah bagus kok Zah. Cuman lebih di apa ya? Naturalin lagi. lebih pede lagi. Kalau orang pede itu kadang-kadang kalau ngomong lebih kayak bule, jadi dia apa ya, nggak kelihatan malu-malu gitu. Kalau malu-malu kadang-kadang intonasi Indonesianya tuh kebawa, suka agak medok, terus agak turun-turun nadanya gitu ya, kayak ada keraguan gitu. Oke. Kalau di rata-rata berarti berapa, Zah?
Bentar.
Oke.
Masih 6,1, 6125.
Oh, nggak apa-apa. Nanti ditingkatin lagi ya.
Iya.
Oke. Jadi overall it's good, Zaha, but a lot of improvements and practice will make your speaking much better. Gitu.
Oke.
Terus, oke. Mungkin Zaha bisa fokuskan speak at length-nya sudah mulai ini ya, Zaha ya. Itu mungkin bisa ditingkatin lagi. Speak at length itu bukan berarti harus panjang, kita nggak ada poinnya ya. Jadi harus benar-benar diatur supaya panjang tapi juga maknanya dapat, poinnya nyampe dan pas, nggak terlalu panjang yang sampai kemana-mana. Dan juga mungkin Zaha fokus ke lexical resource, gitu ya.
Iya.
Oke, mungkin next week fokus di sini dulu, dibenerin dua ini, nanti supaya ini bisa ningkat, at least 8 semua gitu ya. Nanti yang lain kita benahi juga pelan-pelan gitu.
By the way, aku mau nanya kalau untuk practice reading section itu di minggu keberapa?
Oh iya, Za. Sorry, tadi saya dapat info dari tim. Kalau Zaha programnya 1 bulan, sebenarnya untuk masing-masing skill itu 1 minggu, Zaha.
Oke.
Gitu. Jadi reading, speaking, listening, sama writing masing-masing 1 minggu. Jadi kalau 1 bulan, minggu depan kita sudah move ke either listening atau reading. Gitu.
Oke.
Kalau Zaha sendiri, berarti ada request khusus atau memang ngikut aja?
Mungkin untuk yang kalau boleh dan kalau bisa untuk listening sama writing dalam 1 minggu gimana?
Oh, listening sama writing 1 minggu aja. Terus readingnya 1 minggu atau 2 minggu?
Reading 1 minggu, terus seminggunya lagi mungkin speaking sama reading. Jadi ya gitu, ngerti nggak maksud aku?
Iya, bisa.
Kalau boleh.
Boleh kok, boleh.
Gitu sih.
Jadi speaking sama reading nanti 1 minggu, terus speaking 1 minggu, khusus speaking, reading 1 minggu, terus yang digabung tadi listening sama writing ya?
Iya.
Oke, bisa. So next week kita bahas reading dulu aja ya?
Iya.
Oke. Okay, Zaha, so thanks a lot for your very nice attention today. By the way, it's gonna be 3, so I just want to say thank you so much and have a nice weekend. I do hope that your IELTS test can get 8 or even more band score. Amin. And break a leg. So keep up the good work. So I know that your basic skill is already good, but a lot of improvements and practices will make it much better. Jadi sebenarnya Zaha ini sudah bagus. Kalau di rata-rata mungkin 7 ya Zaha ya, sudah bagus. Cuman nanti kalau dikembangkan lagi, elaborate your answer, give it in details, use lexical resource, grammarnya disempurnakan, pronunciation-nya juga gitu, pasti nanti meningkat lagi. Oke. So, thank you so much once again. Iya, gimana? Oh iya, sorry. Saya lupa. Oke. Bentar. Oke, backgroundnya yang nyajak. Oke, 1, 2. Oke, thank you, Zah.
Thank you so much, Mr.
See you next week.
See you. Have a nice
Oke,
weekend.
anytime. Oke, have a nice weekend. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.